sex work is easy money.
Wait, this is screen. Hell no.
It would be funny if we were all in agreement.
Oh my god.
All right, Violet, Holly, you guys are at neutral. Why is that?
I say yes because when you're attractive, I can just post a titty picture and then I make money off that. So I say it's easy in that way. But no, because of what we go through mentally and physically when we do these scenes where we have to train for do gangbangs, and it's not really as easy as people make it seem. Easy for some things, but it's really hard for other things.
What do you think about that, about sex workers saying that their job is difficult? And we're not talking about like prostitutes, we're talking about like porn stars on screen.
I think that's your choice.
But do you think would you say, or would you be able to see it from their perspective that it's difficult work?
I think no doubt it can definitely affect you mentally, but that's because they know maybe deep down morally it's not ideal, and maybe they didn't expect the repercussions that they're dealing with. I mean, in my opinion, it is quite degrading to do, and maybe that's the emotion that they're feeling. But I always look at it as we're all adults, we all make our own life choices, so I can't feel sorry for you if you're feeling sad for doing something that was your choice.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I also think that when you're looking at, because if you're looking at difficult jobs, surely you're scaling it by what people are doing, right? So you're maybe thinking of a McDonald's worker, somebody that works in the police force, somebody that works in an oil rig, nurses, doctors, whatever. So if I was looking at sex work on a pie chart, excluding prostitution, because these are porn stars, so they're paid to have sex on screen, I don't think that they can turn around and say personally that their job is difficult. It might be taxing on the body if they need to do multiple scenes, but it's they would not give up this kind of work to go work a regular job. Those jobs are way more difficult. Our jobs are more difficult than what they do.
Yeah, and if they're, say, a well-established adult star, they're going to be making a lot more money than us doing harder jobs in less amount of time as well.
Yeah.
The hours are going to be less. And if she's saying, okay, post a titty pic and get a lot of money, that's easy money if you ask me.
That is very
There's
easy
nothing
money.
hard about taking a picture of your breasts and posting it online.
Yeah, it's the most easy, accessible way to make a lot of money for a girl with a good body and a pretty face. She can literally post her foot online. People will pay to see it. We know what people are willing to pay for. I don't think sex workers, again, excluding women that are like on street corners or whatever, because that's a whole different ball game. I'm talking about online personalities where they're doing OnlyFans and they're doing porn through big networks. I don't think they have grounds to say their job is difficult. I'm not saying that there's not times where they might encounter somebody that's like less than pleasing, or there's not like things that happen on set, or maybe their body aches after a while, but you wouldn't trade that job to do a regular person's job. You're in that profession for a reason.
So being a sex worker isn't just going out there and f***ing, it's actually being your own CEO. So like, I have a company, I have 40 employees, I manage it every day. I have people that depend on me and my body, literally working my ass off for this brand. And on top of that, my 10 years in porn, I have pinched 2 nerves in my back and slipped a disc just from pile driver. And I have some health problems now from all the times that I've cleaned out. I've had stitches in my vajay from scenes. So I don't think people really take that into account.
Boo fucking who?
What does cleaned out mean?
I don't know. But I'm not here to listen to this kind of whinging.
Yeah, it does sound like nonsense, right?
It is. I'm a CEO. I've got 40 people under me. Okay. What about bosses of other companies that's not in the sex industry? I'm sorry, I feel no sympathy. Yep, you've slipped disc. That's your choice to do that job. I'm sure many athletes have injured themselves. I'm sure many labourers have injured themselves. It's not just you just because you wish to be an adult entertainer. I'm sorry, I can't.
No, I agree with you. And the thing is that there's loads of different adult entertainers. The most popular one apparently right now is a girl. I don't know what her name is. Something Fox, Sweeney Fox or something like that. And from what I was told, her scenes are not graphic or anything. It's just her and her man. People, she's like some hot Russian girl. But this girl, I've seen Adriana Jacek before, if that's how you say it. And that's the girl that slurped 5,000 guys in the festival. Remember we did it before?
Yeah.
Now, if she started complaining about jaw issues after that, you would look at her and be like, who told you to slurp 5,000 guys? Or 500, however many it was. Her scenes are graphic. her scenes are actually graphic. I would not, if I still watched porn, I would not watch her scenes. I've seen her do some crazy shit. Like, she doesn't need to go in that hard. And she likes them to stand at attention. Like, she wants a whole fucking shotgun inside her. So, yeah, you got a slip disc. I'm not surprised. You got mandingos running up in you.
Like, especially when you perform at a certain level, you're a sexual athlete. Like, if you do a DP, I don't know if you guys have done it, it feels like you've been in a 20-mile car wreck.
Say sexual athlete. You gotta be shitting
I've heard
me
it
right
all.
now. That's nonsense.
I've heard it all.
But do you guys have like slurping Olympics or something? Who can guzzle the most?
The next day.
Oh no.
Right? Like, you're like, I
I'm
just
doing
got
one
hit,
this
got
month.
in a car accident at 20 miles per hour.
I get that though.
You know, I've had sex like too much before, and I haven't felt great afterwards. I feel fatigued and run down. But I'm sorry, like if I turned around, she said, "Yeah, I'm getting paid for it." Well, it's a choice.
Yeah.
Then, you know, like.
Yeah, I mean, for me, there's been times where the next day I'm in a lot of pain. Like, my whole body, I feel like I've done a proper gym workout.
Yeah.
And I do sit there and think to myself, why am I feeling like this? Like, what got me to this stage? So I can only imagine how she feels. But yeah, like you're saying, she's being paid for that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I understand. Like, I get it. I don't think I've ever felt like I'm in a car crash, but I ain't got shit going inside me, you know. So it must be different for a girl.
I think one of the craziest things is we could talk about all the issues we face, and a lot of the comments are going to prove us exactly right, because they'll still be like, "You chose this."
Yeah, like that's
That's what I've been thinking this entire
It's
time.
like I could say like, "Oh, this is so sad," and they'll be like, "Well, you decided to be a whore."
Yeah,
And,
but
you
what
know?
does my job have to do with the treatment of you? Just because I decided that this is what I wanted to do doesn't mean I've decided to allow you to treat me with that type of mannerisms, because I decided to expose my body online.
You don't have that choice. If you expose yourself online and your head's not been in the ground your entire life, you are exposing yourself up to all sorts of degeneracy. And the kinds of people that will pay for your content when there is free stuff online, the kinds of men that will pay for something that is free online, do you think they're degenerates or not? Doesn't take a fucking rocket scientist to figure that one out. It's free online. You can watch these women for free online, and there are people that will spend money. They don't get to touch them. This is not like they're going out, they call them up, "Hey, how much are you, blah, blah, blah." These guys, they can watch that girl online and they will pay for them. And you don't expect those kinds of people to insult you. It's not about what you allow. You put your coochie online. You shouldn't be surprised, should they?
No, I mean, it depends on what context she's talking here. Like, if she's talking people disrespecting her as a person, no, don't agree with it. But if she's whinging to someone and they're basically giving her no sympathy, you can't expect sympathy, you know. I mean, I'll be real. If a footballer came home and was whinging about the pain he's in or whatever, I'm not going to feel sympathy for you. That was a job you chose. You're getting paid good money for doing it. Why am I feeling sorry for you?
There are certain contexts where in that situation I can feel sympathy. And I can feel sympathy for an adult start. Like, for example, I don't have anything against them as people. I'm sure in person, they're probably nice girls. They're just, not, you know, going about their day to day. It's just their line of work, which is a bit too much for me. But as a friend, I can be friends with porn stars, no problem. If I was friends with a porn star and they were getting rushed online, I would say to them, "Well, I'm sorry, but what do you expect? You put your boobs online."
Yeah, well, you say it even to me, like, if I ever got upset about a comment online, what do you expect? You're putting yourself online. It's naturally going to come with it. You can post yourself online not doing anything grotesque and still get cussed out. So it's just, you can't feel sorry for yourself when you're choosing to do something as an adult, making your own life choice.
Yeah, I'll give you an example. One that me and you went through. We posted a video on this channel where we got some of the information wrong, not all of it, but some of the information was a little bit off, and we got grilled for it. As a matter of fact, we're still getting grilled for it. I still see comments on that video where we're still getting grilled.
Which
And
video?
It's one of the Fresh and Fit ones.
Oh, yeah.
Because I still stand by what I said about them. However, I do think we missed out some important context, which is fair for people to grill us over. But I'm not there like, "Oh, people are ripping into me." Like, I decided to put that video. I've decided to leave it up, right? I've decided to leave it up. I could delete it if I wanted to, but that's a decision that I made. I'm not going to sit here whinging about it. I invite people when I'd say something dumb to come and tell me. You know, obviously some of the comments are a bit crazy, but you just read them and you put your phone down. Like, I'm not going to cry over it. Who gives a fuck? These people here complaining, like the example you gave of the footballer, I can give sympathy to a footballer who comes home injured. Maybe, yeah, he's working a job where he's getting paid obscene amounts of money, but maybe he went above and beyond for his team. He put his team on his back. They were going to win the cup. His leg was already mashed up, but if he didn't make this run, his country was going to be let down. I can feel sympathy for somebody like that, that they did something courageous and they scored the goal, because football means a lot to people in this country. So I can feel sympathy for that. I can't feel sympathy for a footballer who gets signed to a contract and then whinges that he has to play football. Then I'm going to look at it and be like, but you signed up to this and you're being paid obscene amounts of money to run up and down the pitch.
Relationships are hard in this industry.
Where is it yes? Yes? No?
Wait.
Oh, wait,
this is,
no. This
Wait.
way. This way.
No.
This is yes.
Yeah.
This is no.
I'm just surrounded by my circle of people who agree with what I agree with. So I'm always going to be dating people who understand sex work. So it's never been hard for me because people who wouldn't agree with that have never been an option to me.
Just to clear things up, what is your piss kink exactly?
I love to get pissed on.
You do?
Yeah.
See
What
you
what,
later in
what
the
else could it
bathroom.
be?
I don't know. I'm just asking for the idiots that are watching this.
Like what else could a piss kink be? Like
Yeah.
Like you like drinking it?
no, I'm like a gargler.
Some people like it in them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I've had pee in my pussy.
So have I.
Pussy feels nice.
It's warm.
It is
Yeah,
very
and then
warm.
they can it out a little bit. It's nice.
It's happened to me.
Yeah.
I feel like it kind of also like cleans it out. I don't know if anyone else is
very
that way, but
I don't
yeah,
know if
like,
it cleans
oh,
it out.
It's nice now.
It feels evil in there.
I don't understand what they're talking about.
That's so disgusting. If you're confused at why you can't get relationships, that would be a very big reason why. She's just said that she likes being pissed on
Yeah.
and gargling it, right? Like the way you gargle your mouthwash. And then Adriana or whatever her name is, says it's really good to like clean things out. The other one says, oh, I've had piss in me and whilst they're doing me. If you are wondering why you can't get normal relationships, just watch this video back every single time you're confused.
That stuff can't be healthy.
Yeah, I'm sure drinking someone else's piss and being peed on constantly and having someone else's pee in your vagina.
No, you can't. You will actually just get germs,
You can get a
bacteria.
yeah, that's gross. It's so gross. That's so disgusting.
I never knew that was a thing.
I knew piss kinking. A piss kink was a thing because I knew somebody that had a piss kink, but I didn't. He never gargled it, as far as I'm aware. He never told me that he gargled it. That's a new one for me. I would hope that he didn't have like piss in his arsehole or something. Yeah, I'm sorry for anyone that is just horrified right now. We're as horrified as you are. That is absolutely foul. I mean, if you weren't getting relationships before this video, you're definitely not getting them now.
I agree, relationship is hard. This is true story. I was on Hinge at one point, like dating site. Yes, I was posting my profile and this guy act like he doesn't know who I am and asked me out. So when we got to the bar or whatever, thank God it's a bar, it's not a restaurant. So he started talking this, oh, do you want to tell me anything? Oh, how about your online things? This person not really just wanted to date me. He wanted to like ask me out to see if I'm real or maybe like have a sex with me. Yeah.
I don't know why that's shocking.
Shock.
I don't know why it's shocking.
Shock.
You put yourself online. People see you getting plowed day in, day out.
Can I
What
just
do you
say
expect?
something though? A lot of men on dating apps are purely just gonna want to sleep with anyone anyway. It's not just because of the industry that you're in or what you do. There's so many guys who just want to get their leg over and that's it. So that's not anything to do with your career. Yeah, it may entice people more because I think
100%.
a lot of men would love to sleep with someone who's in the adult industry, especially if they've watched you as well. It's kind of like, yeah, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But and it's, you'd want to know what it's like to sleep with someone who's done that. Do you know what I mean? To see if it is better than normal sex. Do you know what I mean? Because a lot of people say, oh, sex isn't like what you see online. But yeah, that's not purely because of your job. Don't flatter yourself.
Yeah, but I would say that what you're saying is right. There's a lot of people in there that are just looking to get one over. However, if you are an adult star, that's going to be amplified by 10. Especially if someone's been watching you online for a very long time. They're like, well, I'm matched with the girl that I've been jacking off to for 10 years.
Yeah.
Of course he's going to bring it
Your
up.
dreams are coming to reality.
What do you expect? I mean, at the best of times, dating apps are not good. And you go on it as a well-known porn star. I don't understand. I don't know if they're just saying it as this is just what happens or if they're surprised.
I mean, I wouldn't really recommend anyone to try and find a husband on a dating app anyway. But for someone like her, it's definitely not going to be the way forward or the place. You need to be out and meet someone who probably hasn't seen your content online.
And they'll see it soon. And the best way, I would say, for an adult star, people of this of this level of fame, is if you get with somebody, keep them off camera. Don't tell people that you have a boyfriend or a husband, because the minute they find out, that man is going to get all kinds of depraved DMs of you upside down on a street corner, in a library, in a car. Like, he's not going to be able to deal with it. He will break up with you. They can't deal with that. You're going to have to date somebody in the industry. And even then, I watched something where this porn star was saying how her partner started saying, I don't want you sleeping with this guy. I don't want you sleeping with this guy. And eventually it turned into a fight and they broke up. So even within their own industry, jealousy exists. So imagine for a regular person that's not involved in sex work. It's too much. It's too much for sex workers, let alone normal people. Like, you've branded yourself, unfortunately. And like I said, as people, maybe they're nice. You can go out, get a bite with them, have a laugh with them, play a game with them, go out with them. It's probably be all good. But as a partner, knowing that your partner has been spread by X, Y, and Z, I couldn't deal with it. It's like when you said to me, oh, if Ray Lil Black came up to you, as beautiful as I think she is, I know that I won't be able to deal with it. If it was like going out to have some fun together, yeah, okay. I'm sure, like I said, I'm sure she's a nice person. Probably have a great time. I wouldn't turn her down. But if you would say, oh, take her seriously, no.
So why did you ask to take her out on a date?
Like I said, you go out on a date, have a fun time. If it's mutual, obviously not stringing her along, then, that's one thing. But I would never walk into something serious with a porn star, because I already know that because they are human beings, you can develop feelings for them. And then you're going to wake up in the morning and see your girlfriend with 10 black dudes circled around her. And it's just going to be, I can't deal with this. It's too much.
I find it incredibly hard to date, to the point where I actually can't get dates. So there's two perspectives on that. So if I were to go meet somebody, it's kind of hard because I don't like random people to know my real name. So obviously I'm meeting them as Adriana Chechik, and that's extremely hard. It's intimidating. I've had guys literally walk out on me when I've met them because they're so intimidated by me.
I think she's got it mixed up. Guys are not intimidated of her. They are repulsed. There's no other nice way to say it. Guys are repulsed, not at her physically, maybe not at her personality, but they're repulsed at the idea that she has been getting plowed by X, Y, and Z. It's not intimidation. If there's any sex workers watching this, if there's any people that are doing OnlyFans or whatever, I'm telling you right now, okay, get your head out of your ass. It's not intimidation. They're repulsed. Maybe not by you physically, obviously, because they're attracted to you. Maybe not you as a person, because you are a person despite your profession. They're repulsed at the idea that they're going to catch feelings for somebody who has been swallowing God knows what for how long. And they're repulsed at the idea of waking up in the morning and seeing all kinds of shit. They type your name into Google and turn the safe search off. They're finished. If someone knows that they're dating you, right, someone of her level of fame, this guy will wake up in the morning, there'll be pictures of her in his car, some pricks that are trolling him. He'll wake up in the morning, check his emails. She'll be bent upside down. He'll go to work. His colleagues will be saying stuff. His family's going to be saying stuff. That's what they're put off by. They're not intimidated of you at all.
And then also, I've done some of the most extreme sex acts on camera that guys can't swallow or get past. I currently do kind of live like a little bit of a lonely life. There's another aspect where guys only want to date me to like show me off to other people or their friends. They immediately treat me like the Adriana Chechik experience, right? So if I was gonna go meet a guy, they would never hold my hand or anything. The first thing they do is they try and have sex with me. So it's really disheartening, to be honest, and I've kind of just given up. I feel sadly, I actually feel I might not ever find a boyfriend like that. I might just end up being alone forever.
What do you think about that?
I think that was your life choice. And surely you would have anticipated that it might go in this direction.
Yeah, I'm a bit confused at how any of them would be surprised. But do you know what I've noticed is that a lot of these girls date very up there men, like high class men, who have an abundance of choices. And maybe if they dated somebody a bit more normal, maybe they're like, you know, I can kind of look past this. But they're dating high profile YouTubers, high profile CEOs, or whatever else they're doing.
I mean, the thing is that I don't think she was acting surprised. I think she just knows it and she's accepted it. She's given it a good shot. She's tried to date. She's seen it's not working. She knows why. And she's like, cool, I've accepted this is the way it is for me. She's not exactly whinging about it. She's on a show and they've asked her a question. Do you know what I mean? But I think you're right. It's there will be plenty of people out there who probably would make her their girlfriend. But it's just a case of who she's going to want or be attracted to as well. It's like, okay, if you take me, for example, I always sit here like, oh, like, you know, I'm going to be lonely forever. But it's not because, like you always say to me as well, it's not because there's no options, because there is, but I don't specifically want them options. So it's a case of you can't just force yourself to be with someone you don't like just because you don't want to be lonely. You want to be in love with your partner and be attracted to them. And maybe she's not attracted to the ones who would take her serious.
Yeah, because the guys that would take her serious, I guess, are paying for her OnlyFans, right? No guy that's
Not even that, though. I mean, look at Logan Paul.
Yeah, that's baffling to me. That's a fair point.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Baffling.
There's a lot of people who have got with women who have just been a bit out there and they're fine about it. And I know men in my life who have said they don't care about women's body counts or things like that. It just doesn't bother them.
No, okay. So let me retract that. The Logan Paul thing, although her stuff was put online by Dylan Dennis, there was never like a graphic scene of her. If there was graphic scenes of her with all of those guys, I think Logan would have snapped.
No, but I think for me, the principle of how she's been.
Yeah, but I think it's what, when you used to say to me, what you can't see won't hurt you. I think it does hurt him, but because he can't see it, he's like, I can get on with my day. I think if he saw all the people that she was actually in bed with, there was video footage, I think that would change the game. I think seeing the person that you're in love with, because we all know, most people our age, or my age, I'm 31, I know more than likely the girl that I end up with probably has had another partner or a couple of partners. But it's a bit different to seeing her online and everyone knowing and sending you stuff. It does become a bit taxing. And also, respect and a man's reputation is very important for men. And to be disrespected online like that constantly, it does become a lot. And not a lot of people can deal with that shit. And I don't actually think, for anyone that says, oh, it takes a strong man to deal with it. No, I don't think it's not about strong man. It's just, that is just a level of nonsense that you shouldn't have to put up with. If you decide to get into that industry, for any girls that are watching, I'm not disparaging you. I'm not saying you're bad people. Do whatever you want, but you just need to know about the consequences that are going to follow. And they're going to follow. You're not going to be able to escape it. There was a teacher the other day who worked in a secondary school, and she never showed her face. Until one day, she had the bright idea to do a couple scene. So it was her and her man and another couple. And somebody from the school had subscribed, or somebody that knows them. And he said, hey, wait, I know that guy. Then he put two and two together and goes, that's my teacher. And the school let her go. Obviously now, because that was all over the news, she's making more money because everyone knows that her OnlyFans is out there. But the chances are that if you follow this and you keep doing it and you don't cover your tracks properly, people will find out. They'll come for you. And guys are not going to be able to deal with it. It's different if you're doing it with your partner, right? Because you two have decided to do it together. That's one thing. But if you get with a guy, even if he says, oh, I'm going to put it behind me, whatever, I'm telling you he's not going to. Yeah.
But even if you did it with your partner and then you two broke up, it will then be difficult for you to find a new partner.
The next partner, yeah. So that's a good point. There's also that as well. Like if you do it with one person, it doesn't work out. Now that shit's online. And then, again, if you didn't cover it properly, if you didn't delete shit, people are going to find you, especially if you showed your face. It's kind of hard to escape things on the internet. So sometimes I feel sorry for these adult stars. And then sometimes I'm like, well, especially the new ones that go into, I'm like,
a lot of them have all been sort of, I don't want to say brainwashed, but an element of it brainwashed into it of just, it's easy money, it's quick money,
brainwashed by social media.
Just OnlyFans and creating this kind of content. But there's girls who have become millionaires from doing it. And then why are other girls going to look and say, that's a bad idea? But they're not thinking of the long-term outcome of, you know, because they're young. These girls are so young, they don't realize how it is going to affect them when they are ready to actually settle down.
Yeah, no, 100%.
But people still do get people. Do you know that Selena Powell? We like reacted to one of her videos.
Oh, the ghetto one.
Yeah. And she was in a relationship with
academic.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And it's just like, you see what I'm saying? She's there saying she's given a line up to how many people and done whatever, and yet she's still able to get a boyfriend. You see what I'm saying? So it can and it will happen.
Oh, 100%. The thing is that I don't think any of these girls will struggle to get a man. I think they will struggle to maintain a relationship. Getting the man is the easy part. Keeping him around, that is the difficult part. And that's something that we spoke about when we spoke about Mia Khalifa, where she was saying, I can get a man. Yeah, you can get a man because Mia Khalifa's good looking, but you can't keep him because there's loads of good looking women out there that don't come with the same level of baggage as you do.
I think as well, it depends on how these women behave and carry themselves once they're in a relationship with the men as well, because they haven't really grown up very modest. So I think when they're in the relationship, they're still behaving as if they were single, which is also going to be part of the problem.
Yeah, it's a disrespect when they're doing that shit. I think unless you go cold turkey, you come off because you'll have to come off the internet. You ain't going to be able to escape it. Move to some farm, shut down your OnlyFans. You can't keep on doing OnlyFans solo content when you're in a relationship. It's not going to work. And just live a separate lifestyle. That might be your only escape. But if you are online and you are as popular as any of these girls or Mia Khalifa, and you're a guy and you get with someone like this, you're never going to sleep in peace again. Just know that. Don't be seduced by the big boobs and the pretty face and all that. Think about your mental well-being. It's not worth it. There's loads of pretty girls out there that don't come with that level of baggage, and you won't have to deal with that level of BS.